Shalom, shalom, giving all the glory and honor and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akadash, double honors to the elders and Apostle Jim Millstone. Shalom to the 144,000. You know, we back out here through the Spirit Power Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, doing the street teaching. And we're going to get right into it, man, you know, because things are going down. And, you know, those with the Spirit, and Salaki, it is some bad weather out here, so I might be maneuvering. I may wrap it up early, but people are still moving around, so, you know, we got to do the work, which is more important. If they could do it, we could do it in season, out of season. If I am in a wet spot, I should have came with an umbrella. But it's not too bad. So bear with me, Robert Shaw. But come, man, as the Lord told us to watch the signs and the times, and we see what's going on, man. You know, everyone's in the Spirit speaking about the MOTB. You know, as far as GMS and other camps are trying to shun it away, come with unsound doctrine, you know, so forth and so on. But we're going to get right into it. 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me and said, then measure thou the times diligently in itself, when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told you before, then shalt thou understand that this is the very same time which the highest will begin to visit the place which he made. Yes, Yahweh Shai and the angels, the Alahayim, you know, the Lord of hosts, they created the world, man. You know, when you go into that word God in Genesis 1, when they created it day one, on the second day they created this, on the third day they created that, that's Yahweh Shai, man. That's Adam, you know? And pretty much, he's going to come visit the place which he made. The same way Jake Mom tell you, I put you in this world, I can take you out. Well, that's the same, more of a stoic, but in my Bible, more stoic and, what's the word? Austere way of going about it, you know? That's Jake for you. And Yahweh Shai's on the way, best believe that. And it says in Isaiah chapter 63, we'll get that, how he's going to come, and which manner he's going to come. Because a lot of people believe he's coming nicely. And these are the way he's coming. You know, these are the way that his interest is being ushered. Is nuclear fire, war, Jacob's trouble, you know, sword upon one another. You know, things are going to be going hell. And when he gets here, he's going to save his people out of the hell, and it's going to get more hellish. You know, a lot of people think hell's the underground, and hell goes back to the Greek word meaning Hades. You know, and it's not meaning Hades, it is Hades, meaning, you know, a bad estate, the underground. Like if you're buried in something, that's hell. That's a lower state. That's nowhere that you want to be. You know, there's no science fiction poem, or like there's no like reality of that, of a man with a pitchfork underground controlling the show. The devil doesn't just live underground. You know, he doesn't just live, you know, like in a steaming hot pot. He's right here in your face today, man. He may be running around you, working on your mind, you know, with his other demon partners, man. And you got the spiritual counterpart of the devil being Esau Edom, the so-called white man, which is actually red. Therefore, when thou seest the earthquakes, uproars of the people in the world, that's another way he's going to be ushered in, man. It says the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, man. You ever seen a drunk man coming from the bar? You see videos of him. He can't get his foot down. He can't be on his 10 toes. He's moving everywhere. He's falling. The earth's going to be quaked, man. It's going to be like never before. A lot of people heard of Haiti's earthquakes, Taiwan's earthquakes, these earthquakes that happen in Asia or California. Man, the earth is going to tremble so bad that, you know, the four corners of the earth, they shall feel it. That's why we're going to need salvation, because you're going to have people getting swallowed up in the earth, man. You know, going to show you that them bunkers and everything, everyone's plan is not these carnal plans that people have. There's another strategic way that the Lord can take them out. You know, for every offense they have, or for every defense they have, because they're trying to defend themselves, the Lord has an offense to pretty much raid it and overcome that. Continuing on, verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So it's already made, it's already called. Esau is the beginning, Jacob is the latter end of that, you know? Esau is the end, Jacob is the beginning. Here, let me get that, so I don't butcher it, but Jake should understand what I'm saying, man. Esau came forth, you know, and we're going to come in the latter end of that, coming into fruition, coming to doing our thing. You know, our kingdom is going to be everlasting. This is for temporary reasons. This is not because the Lord is dealing with them. This is because of our disobedience. And this is the last heathen that will rule. But bear with me. Got park rangers out here, bear with me. It look like they're about to start blowing next to me. That's Satan. Them boys never do this when I'm here. They will me up with the shop. I'm looking for Malachi in my book, but it seems like it's ripped out of here now. I'm trying to get Esau's the beginning, or Esau's the end, Jacob's the beginning. You know, I'm roughly paraphrasing it. I want to paraphrase how the scripture said. But Lord willing to come back to me though, or Lord willing I can find it in the few. Just for the sake of time, we're gonna continue on and take it up the line. Yeah, that's not in my book. But just for the sake of time, and just for all that noise back there, I'm going to continue on. Now, this continues to be edifying. That's why I like to have sticky notes stuck in my book, just in case of those things. And it reads, even so the times of the highest have planned the beginning of wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. Everyone shall be saved, that's talking about the elect, and shall be able to escape by his works, because only the elect are doing their work. And, you know, pretty much those 1/3, you know, like the women and children, they're going to be saved via their men who are doing the work, man. You know, and the very so few women who are righteous doing what they need to be doing to be pleasant in the sight of the Most High. And by faith whereby ye believe shall be preserved from the set perils, letting you know perilous times is coming, man. Morning woe and limitations, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. I have sanctified them from the beginning. So the elect have been called, they've been chosen, man. They've already been written and sealed, you know. They're just waking up. You know, we're in that 11th hour where the last of the Israelites here, 140,000 and 1/3, you know, they're coming to fruition. Those dry bones are waking up, like it speaks about in Ezekiel chapter 37. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Salaki, I skipped this verse. Then they shall be in pitiful case, which now have abused my way. That's 2/3 of our people, because the heathen are going to be screwed anyways, man. The heathen is not on the right-hand side of the Lord. The Lord's not dealing with no heathen, man. This whole book, this whole story is for the Israelites. When the heathen are mentioned, that's so we can be opposed from them, you know, like not following them in their ways. And the different historical facts, like the wars we have with these heathen. This book is only for the Israelites. Continuing on. And they that have cast them away deceitfully shall dwell in torments, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. You know, so the Most High gave them, you know, pretty much grace and mercy. And they just abuse those ways, man. They didn't care about, you know, the doors of mercy. They didn't care about repenting. They just scoffed at the Most High's mouthpiece, which is us men. Abraham Society, a part of that number. Matthew 24, starting at the top, it reads, And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came unto him for to shew him the buildings of the temple, which is Jerusalem. So, the men of the old, they always inquire about, what's coming and the signs. And Yahushua was willing to give it to him, man. And he's giving it to us. And we have a better vision of it. Now we are breaking it down. Like it says in Habakkuk, they'll give it to the runners that they may run and spread it out, roughly paraphrasing. That's what we are here doing, man. We the runners. It's being broken down to us. We're breaking it down to others. And Yahushua said unto them, see now all these things, verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. That's these prophecies. And, the ransack of Jerusalem was obviously sacked, by the Romans. And, it's completely besieged. But, also, man, these prophecies that are coming to pass. There's not one prophecy in this book that Yahushua spoke of that shall fail, And he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these signs be? When shall these things be? So the prophets have always inquired, and when these different things are going to happen. That's what we wonder every day. But the Lord told us to measure the signs diligently in itself. Like it says about in 2 Ezra chapter 9. How do we do that? Do we come here with a thermometer? Do we come here with a metal detector? No, we stay in the spirit, we pray, we fast, we repent, we read. We listen to what brothers are saying, how they're feeling, and we wait. And we literally go through this thing as a checkpoint. We see that the Neuralink is being passed on, MOTV is being passed on. So we're in the last days of the last days, man. Nuclear missiles are already made. You don't gotta worry about that. Like that's not going on display. Like them countries, these heathens have spent hundreds and hundreds of millions to billions and trillions upon protecting their land and showing their might. And really, it's the Lord giving these heathens these different weapons. Arming them. So for the sake of prophecy. Because if it was up to man would already been carnal enough to click a button and it would already went off. So this is showing that this is all from a point in time. This is all strategic. This is not by coincidence. The man's going is truly of the Lord. The Lord set up us who he wants to, man, and take it down who he wants to. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. Roughly paraphrasing, many scriptures speak about that. You can't be a king unless the Lord not dealing with you. Damn sure can't be a righteous king unless the Lord dealing with you. Tell us when these things shall be, when shall be the signs that I come in the end of the world. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. So don't be deceived, man. The elect won't be deceived because it says, my sheep hear my voice. So the elect is going to know Yahushua's appearance, his people, his spirit. Everyone else going to be following, the anti-Mashiach. Everything that's not against, everything that is against Yahushua's spirit, man. They're going to be following false prophets, heathens, ways of the world. For many shall come in my name, saying, I'm a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and see that ye be not troubled, for these are things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Letting you know that before peace comes, war must come. You're going to hear rumors of wars, and you're going to see real wars. You're going to hear heaps of people dying, and it's just going to have to happen. And that's how it's going to happen, because it tells you in the book of Numbers, the Lord is a man of war. He's the greatest warrior. King David, all of his men, these men are warriors, man. King Solomon, he came from a warrior. You got Benaiah, a warrior. These dudes are killing bears, lions, and tigers. Come on, man. With spiritual power. You got Samson. You got men killing dudes with a bone of an ass. Of a donkey, pretty much. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. You got mpox being brought back up, which is pretty much skin boils, as it speaks about in Exodus chapter 10. These different plagues of Egypt, they're coming back unto the new Egypt. Egypt meaning the house of bondage where the Israelites are kept. Hey, a lot of Israelites here, man. And this is the house of bondage. This is enemy number one. This is Esau's kingdom. After this place, right behind it is the land of Israel. Where they're doing all sorts of wickedness and debauchery with our land. The Lord ain't having that, man. The Lord's eyes is upon the sinful kingdom. And it's 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So the Lord knows what's going on, and through indignation, meaning righteous anger, he's gonna plead with them, man. He's gonna crush these heathens, man. They gotta pay for what they've done. Everything that happened in the dark got to come to light. Everything's being exposed what these heathen do, what they control, how they control it, who they control, why they control them, you know? All these are the beginnings of sorrow. So this is just scratching the surface. It's going to get much worse. Then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So in other words, the Lord's name is going to be magnified. You know, people are going to be seeing dudes on TV. They're going to be seeing people on stages getting beheaded. They're going to see people not accepting the LOTB, you know, shouting the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's why it says in the scriptures, you know, when this time comes, don't think about what you want to say. The Lord's going to enter upon our mouth like how we do when we preach on the highways and byways. It's not always us speaking. It's really never us speaking. It's an angel in our ear whispering us to what to say, especially when you get in the spirit. When you get to rolling, you don't even expect to say some of the things you say. You might plan to speak up on this subject. You go out there, you speak up on a whole different party. You know? And there shall be many offended and shall betray one another and shall hate on one another. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And that's the spirit I'm reading this because the other day, you know, a brother had in GMS Testimonials, you know, there was a vision of a brother having a vision that, you know, a member that he so-called a brother had ended up taking the chip, you know. So, you know, don't be surprised, you know, like El Pastor Sahar said, you know, some of you are doing the work with this damn chip, man. That's why we ought to be fearful and doing the best we can to our ability, speaking myself first and foremost, so that we're not deceived. Because when this hour of temptation hit, you know, niggas gonna be getting caught up. You know, you had all these plans, you're gonna be big, bad, and great. Everyone's got a plan till they get hit in the mouth, like Mike Tyson said, man. Hey, and, you know, we gotta hold fast in this thing. There's no reason that we ought to be, you know, taking a damn chip, you know, unless, you know, the elect. You know, the elect is not gonna be deceived, man. It says the elect shall be scarcely saved, but they don't say they won't be saved. It's gonna be going down, of course, with a lot of testing, scarcely saved, because how important and how surreal this thing's gonna be. But all the elect will be saved, man. They don't say by mistake, you know, some are just gonna get left behind. No. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Hey, people already losing their minds, man. I can speak upon this subject right here forever, man. People are running out of patience. There's no more love here and the compassion here. People don't even do relationships no more. They do situationships. They fuck here. They do some little temporary shit. They move on to the next. You know, people are cold-hearted out here, man. People are senseless. You know, you got senseless murders. You got people dying over social media posts. You got 18-year-olds, these high schoolers. They're just complete demons. I stay out of their way, you know. Those dudes got it, man. You know, if you, like the Apostle Sahar said a couple years ago, if you walking up the street, man, you see a Jake, man, just fucking cross the street. You know, it sounds pussy to the simple, but you know, until you get your shit checked, you know. And Abaratazah, you know, the Lord be with, you know, men of the Lord, but we are not to be ignorant. Just because you have the truth and you know the truth, you ain't supposed to be out here walking all big and bold, chest up, like you can't get flatline, you know. You ain't supposed to tempt the Lord, man. He's supposed to be harmless as a dove, wise as a serpent. Now, you see a Jake, man, let the Jake have it. If Jake tried to try you, you know, you give him a head nod, just keep it pushing, man. You don't want nothing to do with Jake. I'm not saying, you know, to be scared of Jake. I'm saying don't waste your time. That's not worth it. Don't give your time to any guys. You know, whether it be an Edomite, which we could easily, you know, conquer, but, you know, we don't need no smoke. If it come down to it, you know, may the Lord be with us. May the force be with you, brethren. That you put a nigga down or a cracker down. But we're not out here looking for that, man. Because these people out here, they're fighting a whole different demon. You know, we fighting for our salvation, man. We fighting to do right. We fighting the flesh, you know. These people are caught up in the flesh. You know, they're tingling in with the flesh. They love the flesh. You know, that's all they want. They want war. They're trying to release their different demons and the things that they're holding on off of you, you know, when you have nothing to do with them. And if you're gullible enough, you'll fall for that shit. And you'll be in a situation that you could have just avoided and saved time doing some other shit, like being productive, making money or something, or doing the work, of course. So yeah, that's my little rant on that. We go to the book of Ezekiel 38. You got Hassad speaking about pretty much Esau's gonna have another turn at us, and just, you know what? Fuck Ezekiel 38, Salakia. Let's go to Isaiah 13. The burden of Babylon which Isaiah the son of Amoz did see. So he had the same vision as he shared that vision with damn, what prophet was that? Is it Daniel? Lift ye up a banner upon the light, upon the high mountain, Salakia, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. You know, so, you know, pretty much shaking the hand at somebody is correcting them. You know, lift ye up a banner, this Bible, upon the high mountain. Babylon the Great is a great country. And every time we out here prophesying, you know, we're being made a spectacle. You know, so we're doing what the Lord told us to do. You know, and we're coming back in the spirit of these prophets, doing what they did. You know, I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. You know, the angels, mighty ones. You know, the sanctified ones, the prophets. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people. A tumultuous noise of the kings of the nations gathered together. The Lord Yahweh of hosts hath mustered the hosts of the battle. So he's gathering these different nations, you know, to the battle, which is World War III, this great war. Like it speaks about Revelation 11 and 14. The second war has passed. It meaning woe, meaning destruction. The third war cometh quickly. It hasn't been that long ago since World War II, man. And guess what? We're already at World War III. You know, so let's get this thing popping. And it's the last war. I want to show you that the heathens that are in the land are not in the land, because when the correct people are in the land, there will be no more war. All the weapons will be burnt. You know, the bodies of war are going to be pretty much dealt with by these heathens. They're going to have continual work, you know. What the hell is going to be war for if the people are set in the right place at the right time? We're going to be judges, so everything's going to be correctly mannered. We're not going to have to have warfare to settle disputes or any manner. First of all, ain't going to be no disputes, because everyone's going to be so damn busy working. And what's it going to be a dispute for if we're the most powerful nation? You know, we might have games like sporting where, you know, you have fights like how they have boxing today, you know, but, you know, for our entertainment, you know, but it ain't no, you know, heathens clashing with another heathen for power. We're going to be the most powerful list, you know. Esau, y'all going to be decimated, you know, y'all the least of the heathen. But the rest of you heathen, y'all just heathen, man. Of course, there's worse heathen than other heathens, we could say. You know, but at the end of the day, they're heathen. No matter how you chop it up, they're heathen. You know, you might have different nations that are taskmasters over another, that are in the managing position, rather than like the working, laboring, you know. But at the end of the day, they're heathen, man. You know, like how Jake today in this society, they might have a great job, he's still a nigga. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. So this is the vision, man. You know, the Lord has sent these different nations with their different weapons from all four corners of the earth to come destroy Babylon the Great, which is enemy number one, which has been ruling over the planet and being the police officer of the planet. It's being the hammer of the earth. And as you can see, it's being weakened by the minute. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, you know, out of fear. And it's also going to literally melt because of the nuclear suit, the nuclear debris, the waves, the wind. It's going to be so damn hot and destructive. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. And also, another thing is too, I'm about to read it right now. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth, you know. So these dudes are going to be so frightened. They're going to be like women that are having kids. You know, when a woman having kids, you know, she's experiencing near-death pain. You know, she thinks she's about to die until the baby comes out. Then she can catch her breath. And it's like back to joy, you know. They shall be amazed at one another, their face as flames, as flames, you know. So they're going to be so damn shocked and afraid. It's going to have a different countenance. You know, it's almost going to light up, but it's really going to be dark, you know. Behold the day of the Lord. And it's going to be melted, man, via nuclear heat, man. Behold, the day of the Lord Yahweh cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. He shall destroy the sinners that are out of it, you know. So before this time's coming, you know, the righteous will be plucked up out of the earth, you know. They shall go into the chambers of the Lord, saying, come up hither, you know. The angels will be speaking Hebrew. You know, brothers' bodies going to be changing simultaneously. But yeah, right before the destruction, right before all the missiles hit this place, all the elect out of America will be beamed up in the chariot in a massive fathership. And we'll see it, how the rest of the scenarios will be played out, man. While this happens, you're going to have beams of laser coming out of the chariots. This is all biblical. The things that you see on TV and on shows, the reason they're so advanced and like so captivating is because it's biblical. It's not far-fetched. Of course, they use little green men to throw your head off, but in reality, they're angels. They're not little white babies, because that'll really throw your head off. Well, what is so austere about? Could you imagine the angel Michael Allah? He's being spoke about so boldly. The angel Uriel, Raphael, they're being spoke about so stoically, how badass they are, on the right-hand side, and they're just little white babies. But what sense does that make? Come on, man. They're so-called black men, Judites, so forth and so on, I assume they're Judites. I don't know if angels have a nation. I never heard of that, but they come in the spirit of an Israelite, man. At the end of the day, all Yasharallah is with it. Of course you got Russians, they're with it, but fuck them, man. We got the name Israel because we tangled with an angel, man. Jacob. That's how you got that name, man. You didn't get that name from just participation trophy. Nah, he earned that name. For the stars of heaven, he shall destroy the sins out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in its going forth, and the moon shall not cause their light to shine. Going back to the nuclear suit, the air is going to be so damn saturated. Like right now, the sun is shining upon me, but if there was more trees blocking it, it wouldn't hit me. So trade the trees out for smoke, thick clouds of smoke that continuously burns because everything's being eaten up. Usually when there's a fire, yeah, it's eating up the drywall, it's eating up the wood, it's going slowly and slowly. But you gotta understand, when fire hit this ground, when this kind of fire hits this ground, everything's gonna be cooking. You got dirt fucking going up in flames. You got trees going up in flames. It says the elements shall melt thereof. So everything is adding to the fire. All the goddamn metal, cars, the combustion. You're gonna have so much gasoline stations around town. You got so many different cars with gas in them. Everything gonna be flammable. The goddamn coal on the ground, which is making the roads, that's just gonna fucking cook up. You see coal cooking up when people are grilling. So when this kind of fire hits, everything is literally cooking up. And then you got blood, you got bodies, you got glass. Oh my gosh. Everything is literally flammable up in that time, because usually when a house is burning, it don't burn down the whole block. Maybe it'll get to its neighbors, but it's a controlled fire in a sense. But when this kind of heat hits so damn quickly, so damn heavy, and such volume, shit is gonna just, you see, the Lord's gonna destroy this place with 200 million ICBM nuclear missiles, but you don't even need that much to destroy Babylon the Great, if you can understand what I'm saying. So that's why it says it's gonna be utterly destroyed. That's why it says it's gonna leave the land desolate. That's why it's not gonna be, that's why it's gonna go to a point of no return. Because like, right when you thought it was done, right when you thought that was enough to kill the land, here comes a more. Here comes another one. It's like a team being blown out in the game. It's like, damn, the offense not showing no mercy. They just still scoring. The defense catching pick sixes. They picking up fumbles. Like the second string coming in, they fucking balling. It's like that, man. It's like a never-ending game. But it's gonna come a point in time where the missiles stop and the fire's gonna burn for a minute, man. That's why countries from afar off, scriptures say they're gonna see it. They're gonna be so amazed because they did so much merchant with this place. This place helped them make money and bring their economy from wherever point it was to a better point. So a lot of people are going to be saddened at this. And it also says, how have you become as weak as us? So the heathens are going to be acquiring, Esau, Edom, like, damn, like what the hell happened to you? You were never known to be taken over like this. Like, how did this happen? And that's how you're going to know it's of the Lord. This is all biblical, because this can't be done on a carnal level, because Babylon the Great, they're such been a mighty force, but as you can see throughout the years, they've been weakened. You got sodomites, you got women leading the national security system, protecting Donald Trump. I believe it's all orchestrated, but still, the Lord is showing you these different signs. You have a woman that's fighting to be president. This place has gone far off, This place has gone far off. This is not the days which they planned this to be. Edomites never seen this coming. The founding fathers and so forth and so on, these Edomites thought they were going to just rule everywhere. That's why they have such a God complex when they're behind a sniper or when they're behind women, because they think they run the earth, the world, which they do run the world. The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, but their power is running out. So a lot of them have to catch up with time, you know. But with that, brothers, that's edifying shit to the point. Shalom.